There's this one girl within the dorm. Every fucking guy fawned over this chick. Like, loved her to fucking death. Not because her personality was dope. Not because of anything else. They just thought that she was fucking hot as hell. Personally, didn't think that she was that attractive. But to them, she was like a cheerleader. Very fit. She was like half Chinese, half white. I think she was a little cross-eyed. Maybe that's why I didn't really like her. But
they're thinking about other things with those cross-eyed
exactly,
eyes.
dude. They think if they could stick their dick in their mouth, they would probably straighten it out or something. But being a pretty person too, I think that the lens of what a pretty person sees, it's so different from everybody else too.
Especially because she's cross-eyed.
Yeah. She didn't know what the fuck she was looking at. But this girl, it's not that I didn't like her. It's just we didn't vibe very well because I think she kind of predicated her personality on her looks. Like, she didn't really have much to offer or talk about aside from things about herself. It was very narcissistic, right? And I didn't really blame her for that. I kind of blamed it on all the guys around her. So when she would walk into the dorm, every fucking guy would act like as if they were on an island and they haven't seen pussy in years. They would walk, "Oh, how's your day doing? What are you doing today?" They would try to make her laugh, or she would say something not funny at all, and they're just cracking the fuck up. And I was just like, the fuck? Like, the bitch ain't even that fine. And even if she was, she's not saying anything. And so when I would walk by her, I would just be like, "Hey," just give her a hi and a wave, right? And I would just move by. I would say hi. And then one day, we're all chilling in the dorm and we're all talking, and then she asked to talk to me, and she takes me aside. I'm like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "What's up?" She goes, "How come you don't like me?" And I'm like, "What? What do you mean I don't like you?"
That's how guys actually get hot girls.
She goes, "I could tell you don't like me." And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she goes like, you don't really talk to me. You don't like start up a conversation with me. Like, what's wrong with me? And I'm like, "Yo, nothing's wrong with you. Like, I say hi to you every time I see you." Right? She goes, "Yeah, but it's different. I could tell like you have like an attitude." I'm like, "Listen, at that point, because I had a girlfriend at the time, who I was madly in love with."
Yeah.
So I looked at her, I'm like, "I'll be real with you," right? And she never really talked to me after this. I was like, "I'll be real with you. Like, I don't know why you think you're so fucking special. Like, I'm just chilling. Like, I'm just saying hi. Like, I know these other dudes, when they come up to you, they're all like fawning over you and you're used to that attention. I don't care about you like that. I don't know you like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say hi to you. Like, if you want to get to know me and we could be friends, yeah, let's do that."
So she took you as being standoffish and bad behavior because she has a different standard of how guys treat her.
Exactly.
So when someone wasn't in love with her, you're right, it's their fault because
it's not her fault.
Because they're actually friend zoning themselves. She thinks, "Oh, these guys are so nice and so cool. We're all friends," not knowing that they all want to fuck the shit out of her.
Of course.
And then if you ask her, she'll be like, "No, we're friends. No way," you know? And then she sees you. This asshole doesn't want to be my friend.
Yeah. And like I said before, I don't even blame her. I blame all those fucking guys drooling over her for setting the standard of what a normal human interaction is.
You know, you fell upon a technique, though, that many people do not know until they accidentally get there.
Which is what?
That girl came up to you because you made her self-conscious. And that's how you get hot girls.
I already had like this girl I was in love with, so at that point,
I know, but that's what a lot of dudes fuck up on is
they're so thirsty.
They're so fucking desperate, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you don't have to be a dick. Just center yourself.
Yeah.
And then an insecure, you'll fucking make her insecure because you're not fucking doing what the other guy's doing.
And you know what I think too, which kind of hurt her feelings the most, is that
you have to say like you're so fucking special though. Fuck that.
well, because I was already irritated. It's like, you're not special like that.
Yeah,
like,
you're in college.
I was like, I don't know. And you think I'm harsh now? When 18-year-old David was way worse.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So now I'm like, you're not that special. Like, I already said all that shit. But when I look back at it, the reason why I think I was also upset was because I think she thought fat, chubby, Asian dweeby guy should be drooling over me. So why is this guy who is like geeky and fat and weird looking isn't drooling over me? What's wrong with me? And that already irritated me. It's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking, at the time I was madly in love with my 18-year-old girlfriend. I was 18 and we were in love. You were just a fucking blip in the radar to me. So it didn't fucking matter, you know? And I think it's because her her shit was hurt because, oh, this guy clearly he's gonna be drooling over me.
Yeah.
And I didn't like her thinking that she could have that power over me, because you don't. I don't give a fuck. I never really have. Even the first girlfriend that I was with, I didn't really like her because she was the prettiest girl in the school. I liked her because of how she made me feel. You know, she made me feel.
That's so advanced. You're so emotionally intelligent.
I grew up talking to my mom all the time. That's just the shit that I like.
Oh, and you grew up in that hair salon.
And that nail salon. I was
you
around
had a
women
lot of girl talk.
Hell yeah, I was around women my whole fucking life, dude. And
I was too, but
you were in them.
funny.
You were inside them. That's the difference.
the women I was around were not. I think they're different, man. Like, they didn't do the gossiping, girl talk, all that stuff. My mom fucking hated gossip. My grandma was highly intelligent. She was more like a dude, always wanting to debate and talk about intellectual shit. And my mom was just working and very like to herself. And if she goes hang out with her friends and I'm around, like, they're talking about worldly shit. So I didn't think that I didn't have maybe a good example of like what most women are like, you know, because of the women in my family were different. Yeah. And they didn't show that side to the kids, which I found out later. They did do it, but they compartmentalized what they did. Whereas in other families, that shit just went out.
Yeah.
You saw mom fucking, doing this, losing her composure, doing whatever, like having her period days, whatever. They saw the natural forms of what a woman does. Whereas my house, they kept it separate. They're like, don't bother the kids, don't bother the husband.
Yeah, man. Like, I think I've always liked the emotional connection, because the first time I lost my virginity was with the girl that I had been chasing in high school for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So I think like that type of sex that I had, which by the way was terrible sex. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing. That shit sucked. That shit was like Mormon fucking fuck through a blanket type of sex, and like, you know what I mean? Like the religious, very strict, like fucking to like make a child type of sex. Just very boring, because I didn't know what I was doing. But because of that emotional connection that I had with her, I think that was the type of high that I was always looking for when it came to sex. Because after her, when I was just like, you know what, dude? Like, you keep trying to look for love. You just need to just date as much girls as you can, for number one, for stand-up experience, so you have stories to talk about.
Yeah.
But two,